Hey guys, welcome back. Today's another rehousing day for some of the tarantulas. We got to get some more uniformity before they go into the new racks, but some of the juveniles are growing up pretty quick, so let's get them into some new houses.
Fascinated as I am by the incredible diversity of life that surrounds us in this wonderful and sometimes bizarre natural world, and you truly belong here with me. I make videos on all facets of nature: reptiles, isopods, insects and arachnids, aquariums and vivariums, DIY projects, and all sorts of unique plants. And I try to dig a little bit deeper into the science behind it all. So if you haven't already, please consider hitting that subscribe button, as well as ringing that notification bell. And you'll always be kept up to date when I upload new content.
All right, so the ones we want to tackle first are these three here for a couple of reasons. These are all Pamphobeteus Machala. These are all an Ecuadorian, Southern Ecuadorian species, and I've got them all when they came in. These are the containers they came in. You'll notice all three sizes are different. One more important factor is this one also has got a little bit of mold development and stuff in that, and that's, it's detrimental to the environment. So we're going to get these guys rehoused. Now we're not going to be necessarily rehousing into anything larger. They don't need anything larger. Basically, I've got some containers here, I just tested them for substrates and stuff like that, got the holes drilled in on. But basically, we're going to put them all three in those, and they got a nice little feature that the lids on these ones, when they go on, the lids actually lock in place. So for me, with my daughter, who is always helping me, that's a nice little feature for me. It's got a nice little handle, it's easy to care for, and these are available at our local dollar store, so they're very, very economical and easy to work with. They're not really any different than the other ones, but the lids on these other ones are just kind of flimsy. They don't attach really very well, so I think it's going to be nicer to get them all set up in these ones here. So let's get to it. So we've got all our supplies amassed. I got a bunch of different containers ready to go. I've always got my catch cups should there need. Not really too concerned about these ones. Got some of my brushes. We've got our substrate mix, and we got some cork for some hides. Now, Pamphobeteus, this is Pamphobeteus species Machala. It's a very remarkable bird spider due to its size and its coloration. They are exceptionally colored species. And they go through a massive transformation. This is that enclosure that was more concerning to me because it had a bit of mold in it. But as I'll talk about, and I talk about the care for this species, you'll understand why there's a bit of mold in this enclosure, and that's something we definitely want to take care of. We'll probably add some springtails into the mix in the new one. But this species, as well as other Pamphobeteus, go through an incredible transformation as they mature. Granted, they're very, very striking as juveniles, but the mature specimens look entirely different. Now the females will get probably a nice velvety black to brown coloration overall, so they're not as maybe sexy, but the males, they are incredibly striking. And they turn bright purple, which gives them their common name in the trade as the purple bloom tarantula. So it is truly one of the species, whereas males are highly desired, even though they have a slightly shorter lifespan. Now, as with many New World species, the Pamphobeteus all have urticating setea or hairs. Juveniles, as I'll show you, are often pretty skittish, but they generally will calm down as they age with maturity. So my mix, I generally use the same mix that I use for all my tarantulas, as well as all my vivariums and terrariums, as well as all my isopods. It's a nice loamy mix. It's got fir bark, charcoal, sphagnum moss, crushed leaf litter. There's some cypress mulch in here, and I think the actual base is a nice organic topsoil, or possibly worm castings, or sea soil. These are all products that I like to use to give me a nice organic, loamy, easy to work with base. I think I'm going to add some more soil, but I'm going to have to make some up. So for the purposes today, these are not deep enough. This is not necessarily a true, it's a terrestrial species, but it's not really a real heavy burr like a haplopelma or anything. But I do want to give it a good few inches and stuff so it can dig a nice little burrow. We've got some different cork hides. These are just juveniles still, so. And get their little base started there. Now we'll probably transfer over the little water dishes that they already currently have in their enclosures already. I don't want to irritate them too much because they will start kicking hairs. That one's kicking already. Now some of the substrate mix that's in this container is still good, and it's a good base, so I'm going to be using some of that as well. But I really don't want to. I want them to settle in. Now, their environment in southern Ecuador, where they're native to, their environment is very humid. And the temperature range can range from in the day from the high 80s to at night during down to low 70s. So we want to make sure that we can maintain enough humidity in their environment, but on the same hand, we do not want to have the case of the mold. So having a nice organic moisture retentive mix is really beneficial. That one is done. Now the second one, this is the one that has all that mold in the environment. I do not want to transfer that mold. So I'm going to try and coax him or her into the bottle, which was obviously very, very easy to do. So now that we've caught her and we got her out of that, him, we're going to transfer her over to here, into the other one. And more importantly, what I want to do is I want to cover this one up because I do not want to transfer mold spores as best we can. And even for the water dish on that one, we're going to probably go and give that a good wash in some hot water. Come on. Don't be throwing hairs. Well, she had different plans. Such an absolutely striking species. Just beautiful. And the last one. because I can't see it. No reason to risk it. Yes, I see you kicking hairs at me. Not needed. I think you're the prettiest one in the bunch. See if we can just coax you over naturally. Look at that. He is just striking. Don't put your butt up. Oh, now you're going to be defensive? Really? Come on. Well, I think you're a boy. Now, come on. I got to get all that sphagnum out of the way. Oh, stop. There. Look at that. Now you got a bald butt for no reason at all. Now, breeding for this species is triggered by the seasonal humidity changes. Now, for behavior in general, most Pamphobeteus species are fairly docile. I find the juveniles to be fairly skittish, but once they mature, they become a lot more docile. And as you've seen today, you know, they're easily irritated. They don't like it when you bother them, you know, but they're quick to throw some urticating hair or setea. You only saw a couple of little threat poses from this one over here that I think was probably the male. And they're a nocturnal species, as a lot are. They tend to find most of their days spent in the burrow, coming out at night. Their growth rate is exceptionally fast. Females can live upwards of 20 plus years versus those striking colored males, those beautiful shining stars. They only live on average 3 to 4 years. So it's true in the case, the species, that the adage of those who shine brighter often fade or pass sooner. Boy or girl, I think they're absolutely striking. And I'm purposely not going to put any pictures of adults in this video because I want to see the transformation. By showing you guys, you know, these aren't slings, but these juveniles, these ones will start sexing out fairly soon in their next molts. I want to see that transformation, bit by bit. And to me, that's what it's all about. So hope you enjoyed today's little video. As always, my friends, thank you for watching. Stay safe. Take care.